cleaning of family heirloom. Hi, I'm Ivan.
And I'm James.
And this is DIY Detail. Today I have a special guest, James from Low Tech Garage in Tampa, Florida. And we're here to clean his family heirloom Porsche. This has been in the family since 1994.
That's correct.
What year is the car?
It's a 1991.
91, so it has a few years on it. Not much mileage by the looks of it.
Not too much, no.
No. And original paint, everything is pristine on it. It's been sitting for a couple years. Not neglected, just not really loved.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Just hanging out. So it has a lot of dust on it, has some contamination. We're gonna be polishing ceramic coating, but that'll be in a second video. But for this video, we're gonna do a good deep wash and decontamination on it. So let's get going. James, have you ever used a rinseless wash before?
I'm gonna be completely honest, I have never used one.
Okay, so very simple technology, easy to work with, less bubbles, but as much fun. We have a 5-gallon bucket. I'm gonna add 5 capfuls. So it's 1/2 ounce per gallon.
All right.
So depending on how much water you put in your bucket. So you're gonna notice there's no suds, there's no bubbles, but we have great lubrication.
Okay.
And just ease of use. You can see where you've been, etc. Now your car admittedly has a little bit of dust on it.
Just a little.
So we want to clean that dust off safely. And we say it's a rinse-less wash. Doesn't mean we're not gonna rinse. It means we're gonna be rinsing a lot less than if you're using a traditional soap wash.
For sure.
So in a keg, we have some rinseless wash mixed at the same dilution, 256 to 1. And all we're gonna be doing is spraying on the surface. It's gonna lift up that dust. You'll actually see the dust being carried away in the bubbles. We rinse it off, then we're ready to wash.
Awesome.
So it's a little windy out here, but
Oh yeah, you can see it already moving.
yeah. You want to carry on?
That's awesome. Thank
Have
you.
fun.
And what's this pressurized to?
Pardon me?
Do you pressurize this?
Yeah, so it's a detailing keg.
Okay.
We can put about 90 PSI in it. And with that pressure, it allows us to spray it evenly, quickly. You know, you can use a garden pump sprayer. It works just as well.
Yeah.
But this is a little more convenient. We don't have to recharge it as we go.
Yeah, this is great. It's awesome to see it working right away too.
Yeah.
Is there any benefit from working from like the top down or anything like that?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
As long as everything gets covered, we're happy.
We're good to go.
Yeah. The folklore back in the 90s was that this car was more aerodynamic backwards than it was forward. I think it's been proven wrong a couple times, but nonetheless, that still remains today. So,
Yeah, the Porsche purists still don't love these as much as I feel they should.
no, but they're gaining in popularity and value, which is nice. Nice to see.
Did I miss any spots?
No, we're good.
Awesome.
So next up, give it a gentle rinse. A little windy in Florida today. So it's had some wax or something on it.
It was very well looked after by the previous owner.
Okay.
And it's been stored inside the whole time. So
Oh, yeah.
I think that there is a level of wax that's probably still sitting on it, which I guess is a good thing. Feel like the detailing tools have come a really long way in the last like 5 or 10 years as well.
They have, yeah. The whole industry is evolving very quickly. There's
Yeah.
a lot of different tools, a lot of different methods. What we're showing here has been around for a long time, but rinseless washing is becoming more popular. More
Okay.
companies have a rinseless wash now.
Yeah.
It used to be that there's like 2 or 3 companies that had a rinseless wash and everyone else poo-pooed it. Now most companies have it. So from there, next step, if you want to apply a little more of this
Sure.
on the surface, just act as a bed of lubrication. And I'll start on the wheels.
And what are you using on the wheels?
This is all clean. It's our all-purpose cleaner. It's just a nice, safe formula. Will eat through the brake dust quite easily.
That's always my nemesis with the cars, is if you have performance brake pads, they get so dirty so quickly.
Yeah.
With the new rinseless, hosing it down again, or is there another
No.
step?
No, so next we do the contact wash.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as grabbing the sponge.
Okay.
And what we want to do with the sponge is we don't want to have it soaking wet like this.
Okay.
Give it a squeeze, so it's just on the verge of dripping.
Yeah.
And then we lightly go over the surface. We're not scrubbing the surface with it. We're applying the rinseless and lifting the dirt off the surface at the same time.
Gotcha. And what's the benefit of like the matrix in the sponge?
So what happens with the sponge, you can see it's taking the dirt off the surface.
Yep.
As soon as we touch it to the wash bucket, it's clean again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
So the slits are there for reduced pressure. So we
Okay.
don't want to apply pressure when we're washing.
Right.
That's why we have a nice thickness to the sponge, but also it allows it to conform to the surface
Nice.
and
okay.
not create pressure points.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. And so this is, you're saying this is wet enough then?
Yep.
How it is? Okay.
Yep, that's good to
perfect.
go.
Nice.
So you hear that sort of scratchy
Mhm.
sound?
Yep.
That's contamination on the paint. And our next step will remove that contamination.
And what causes the contamination?
Just being outside.
Just being like outside on the road,
Yeah.
exposed to elements, those kind of things?
Yep.
I'm sure this has plenty.
We'll find out in the next step. So you do a panel, flip the sponge, use the other half to do the next panel, then back to the bucket.
Okay, got it.
All done?
All done. Awesome.
Next step is decontamination. For that, we're going to be using a perforated synthetic decontamination towel.
Okay.
So we start by letting it soak in the rinseless for a second or two. With the towel, we'll be using iron remover.
Okay.
The iron remover will get rid of brake dust that's accumulated on the surface and
Okay.
helps to decontaminate. We want to take the towel from the bucket. We're not going to wring it out. Fold it in 4. That way we reduce pressure points.
Okay.
Less pressure on the surface, the better the job. 1 spray of iron remover on the towel, 1 on the panel.
Okay.
We match the 2 up and no pressure. And you'll feel and hear the contamination. And as this plucks the contamination off the surface, it goes to a nice neutral feeling where it just
awesome.
glides. So give it a try.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can feel how quickly it doesn't have that scratchy feel anymore. That's amazing. Oh yeah, you can still feel it here. Wow, that's really effective.
And then once you've done a panel, you flip the towel to a fresh side, another spray on the towel, another spray on the panel, and off you go.
Perfect.
We do the windows, the trim, everything gets
Treated to that?
Yeah, everything gets decontaminated.
Perfect. You said just 1 spray on the towel?
Yeah, 1 on the towel, 1 on the panel.
And you said a lot of this contamination is things like brake dust?
Brake dust from your vehicle and other vehicles. On a white vehicle, you'll actually see it as little rust spots.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, this was definitely hiding some.
You mentioned how, wash technology has changed over the years. Back in its day, this was not a supercar, but not far from it. Since the rinseless wash has dried off,
Yeah.
we'll just add a little more to the surface for lubrication.
And for bigger panels, should I switch over still?
Yeah,
or-
switch over to another side. And then once all 4 sides are taken care of, we just dunk it in the bucket for a second and go from there.
Yeah, it's funny how we were saying the Porsche community maybe doesn't love these as much, but
Yeah,
for me, as I'm sure you saw in the shop, have a soft spot for muscle cars and big engines.
Yeah.
And so for me, having a V8 in the front, kind of more of a Grand Tour, I get the German car experience, but it's not the maybe what the purists in the Porsche community love. But for me,
No.
it's basically everything I love in a car.
yeah. No, and back in its day, this was a very high-tech vehicle.
Yes.
And cleaning the wheels, I noticed, has 16-inch wheels. Today, even economy cars don't have 16-inch wheels.
I know. It's funny how times change, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think this has just over 300 horsepower, but in the 90s,
That was a lot.
Nothing had 300
No.
horsepower. Yeah, this is really effective.
Now, was the spoiler factory or aftermarket on this?
It's a factory one on the S4. It's funny because I was just doing similar to what you were doing there. The early cars, the spoiler was designed that it flipped up,
Yeah.
and it allowed you to kind of like clean everything. I guess on the later cars like this, it's fixed. So when it comes to cleaning, you gotta get in there a little more, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, the very early 928 had no spoilers, no nothing. It was a much more simple design. You said once I've used all 4 sides to rinse it off in the bucket?
Yeah, we'll just dunk it in the bucket for a second and just have a front bumper to do and we're done. Excellent.
Awesome.
Rinse it off.
Perfect. With the rinseless spray again?
No,
just
with the
the
water.
regular one?
Yep.
Okay.
So at this point, we're rinsing off with just water. That's all we need. And you want to keep rinsing until the sudsing action goes away.
Okay, perfect.
There's a bit of surfactant in the iron remover to act as lubrication. But at the same time, we want to get that off the surface.
So it'll be a little more generous.
Yeah. And the wheels as well, you want to rinse them well.
And that wasn't the same decontamination spray, right, that you used on the wheels?
No, on the wheels we used All Clean, which is our all-purpose cleaner.
Gotcha.
So it's great for cleaning wheels, tires, bugs off the front end when you get into love bug season.
Yeah, I saw how quickly the wheels shined right up.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Excellent.
All right.
Next part of the decontamination is water spot remover.
Okay.
Think of this as a mineral cleanse. You're close to the ocean or the Gulf on this side of Florida. You get that salty dew in the morning.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
This will remove the salt residue off the vehicle.
Oh, awesome.
So the mechanical decontamination with the towel removes a bit of it, but not all of it. This is going to remove the rest of it.
Okay.
If there are water spots on the surface, it's also going to break down the minerals that cause the water spots.
Sure.
So when we go to polish, we're not polishing over minerals, we're actually polishing over that water spot.
So some of the ones that were on the car originally, it'll help lifting some of that off as well?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
So this we just spray a little bit on the surface, and let me give you a towel here. So we just take a regular microfiber towel, and we don't want to flip the towel. So we want to use the same side for the whole car.
Sure.
And all you're doing is spreading out the water spot remover that I've sprayed on.
So just follow behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of those water spots here, whether it's like the irrigation systems, all of that, so.
Yeah, sprinklers are the worst. This tap water is not, is far from being free of minerals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we already have really hard water here in Florida. And you said the goal here is just to really spread it out over the whole car?
Yeah.
And is it best to use like the spot remover like when doing a wash like procedure like this, or is it better to like can you use it on its own as well?
You want to do it after the car's been washed.
Gotcha.
So you want to have a nice clean car. It's not something you need to do at every wash.
Okay.
But when you see, we'll be putting ceramic coating on this. When you see that the coating is not performing the way it did when it was new,
Yeah.
that's generally minerals that are on the surface. So you just want to
Okay.
give it a little mineral cleanse after a wash.
So it's more of like a periodic touch-up.
Yes.
We can just pop this back in the bucket.
No, that one we don't put back in the
Okay.
bucket. Yeah. It's
What?
slightly acidic,
Okay.
so we don't want that back in the bucket. We'll just rinse it out in the sink and
Gotcha. And is that a little bit of acidity that helps break down the minerals?
yes.
Okay, awesome. Feel like the depth of the color is already starting to show more.
A little bit. Oh, you've got a. So there's a spot here that's been already polished through over time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Something to be careful of.
Yes.
I do remember someone telling me that these had like surprisingly thin paint from the factory,
Yeah.
so guess that's not too surprising.
Finally, we dry.
Awesome. Any recommended techniques with this?
Don't let it touch the ground or the tires.
Oh wow, this thing is super absorbent. I feel like this works the opposite of any towel I've used. This thing just takes everything up.
Yeah. That's the goal. We call it the drying blanket.
Yeah, no, it's super effective. I wasn't expecting that. Especially here in Florida where it's like super hot, so I feel like you never have much time before things start drying on their own.
Yeah.
This really works nicely. And is it something you can use both sides on?
Yeah.
Nice. this thing is really efficient.
So now the dust is off, we can see the condition of the paint. It's swirled up, it has marks on it. You said it had a car cover on it. We can see the marks left by the car cover.
Yep.
Car covers are great for dust, but not great for paint. They tend to scratch and they move around in the wind a little bit.
Ah, I gotcha. And just wear on the paint.
Yeah.
That would definitely explain it.
And here's that spot I mentioned before that's been already polished through. So that we'll have to be very careful around here, but we'll be careful with all the car. We're doing this to preserve, not to make it a show-winning perfect car.
Exactly, yeah. Just to give it a new lease of life.
Yep, make it shine. So there we have it. We've washed, we've decontaminated, we've made the car ready for polishing or waxing or whatever you want to do in the next step. But now any sealant, coating, polishing, wax that we're going to apply is going to last longer, is going to do a better job because we have clean, pristine paint underneath it. What do you think of rinseless washing, James?
I'm really impressed, to be honest. I've never done it before. I've only done like traditional car washing.
Yeah.
It was actually super fast and efficient, and it got everything off the car really quickly. And then, like I was commenting in the video, this towel's amazing.
Yeah.
I've always used like chamois in the past, which I guess that's just old technology, but the way this thing wicked up all the water so quick, awesome. So,
excellent.
Really great experience. Thanks a lot, Ivan. I really appreciate you teaching me how to do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, now I'm equally excited to see what else I can do with the paint. Now it's nice and clean and decontaminated.
Excellent. So let's get it back in the garage and ready to polish. In the meantime, there's a video right here you might want to check out.